Welcome back, guys. This is your host, Michelle Diamond, and we are in the house with House Call. So we have so many amazing things going on, and I just wanted to keep you guys, apprised on everything. We kind of got cut earlier. Of course, my team are always on the move, and they are at another event. Um, Getting some great footage for you guys as well. So stay all the way tapped in. Stay tuned. I cannot wait. So of course, we have some amazing announcement. The last week cut off, we talked about Georgia Spartan presents DeKalb Art at the Park, which is this Saturday, October 16th, from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. It is a complimentary event, so that means hashtag free admission for the entire family. So come on out. The game truck is going to be there. There's going to be live music, wine tasting. Like, come on, it's a no brainer, guys. All right. So feed us there. All right. Don't meet us there. Feed us there. And we have the black art exhibits, modern art exhibits, graffiti, all of the above, and live music. Of course, on the last segment, you had the opportunity to meet two of the amazing artists that will be featured at the DeKalb Art at the Park event on Saturday. And that was the official Chris Michael Sings and official Orion Hunter in the house with us to rock out with the Georgia Spartans at the Art at the Park. So Saturday, October 16th, location Exchange Rec and Park, 2771 Columbia Drive. That's in Decatur, Georgia. And 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. It is a complimentary event, meaning hashtag free admission for the entire family. So come on out, have fun. Of course, there are going to be other vendors, food vendors. So, the list goes on and on. He's giving, free giveaways, so much more. Come out, enjoy the community fun filled event, mix and mingle. And big shout out to um, Big Ray Van Groove. Of course, from what is it? He is on Hot 107.9 and 97.5 in Atlanta. So he is one of the hosts actually at this event. And, of course, Team In-House Media will be in the building to cover and many, many, many more. So there you have it. We just want to talk about the amazing event that just took place on last week, Saturday, out at the Eddie Riverview Landing in Cobb for the Welcome to South Cobb Festival. It was absolutely amazing. Shout out to all our special guests that came through. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Alexis Bria, you showed out, did your thing, represented hard for your brand as well as in the house media and your girl next level promotion. And I can't say enough about you. Big shout out to Dejan Talks. He came out, and he blessed the entire audience with, everything that we discussed about the event and his journey. And our guests have officially arrived. So we're going to tap back in. So shout out to Angela and Bernard. Amazing job, guys. Love you guys. And shout out to Genuine and Tank for coming through and shutting down everything. So we have the amazing Picasso V with us on In the House Media House Call. How are you today?
Good, good, good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Pleasure is absolutely all mine. Uh, so, I know you hail from Hollywood, Florida, which is down there in the panhandle. So, um, where are you located now? Are you still in Florida?
Yes, ma'am. I'm still in Florida. Same
Okay,
spot.
same spot in Hollywood. All right. Well, shout out to my peeps. I just relocated here also from Destin. So, I already know how that goes. So, a little bit about yourself. I've read so much amazing story, amazing journey. I would like for you to, let the audience know exactly, who Picasso V is and how that name, came about.
Uh, Well, it's actually crazy because when I first started with the music, I was going by the rap name Vendetta.
Vendetta.
Right. And yeah, he was just a loose cannon. I was always getting in trouble. I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying, in and out of jail. So, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't a good look. And the team I was working with basically, you know what I'm saying, was like, man, you know what I'm saying, we can't put nothing behind the kid because he's a liability. And, you know what I'm saying, I was just messing up. And I wound up catching 3 years in prison. And
Wow.
yeah, that really gave me a lot of time, you know what I'm saying, to sit down and really think about what I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying, because God blessed me with a second chance to get out. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying, I really needed to figure out what I wanted to do with it. So I figured if I was going to change as a man, I wanted to change as the artist too. So while I was in there, I was thinking, you know what I'm saying, because I want to paint pictures with my music, you know what I'm saying, once I get released. So I was like Picasso, but I added the V to it because, I didn't want no copyright stuff going on or.
Right. Copyright infringements. Yes, I totally understand, but definitely an amazing story. I love that, you channeled, you know, the emotions and, what you experienced in life and place that into your music. And now you have an audience that can relate. So your music is therefore relatable to a lot of young people. So I think, the campaign and marketing team behind you definitely did an amazing job. If that was your idea, kudos all the way. Definitely a way to tap in, especially with our youth, to be a part of that fan base. Um, Tell us a little bit about, what music role played in your early years in life.
You know what I'm saying, I really always had a passion and a love for music. I've been writing since as long as I can remember. But growing up, it was more so sports. Sports. I didn't know the music thing was going to come. But I had a couple of scholarships in baseball and football, and I winded up messing that up because I was in the street. I winded
Right.
up locked up. My grades dropped. Winded up getting kicked off the team, and then that's when I just jumped off the porch and went full throttle in the streets. I was like, might as well do it. And here and there, I would rap in front of people here and there, getting locked up on the streets, and people were like, "Yo, you're nice." You know what I'm saying? You should do something with it. And I was just like, oh, "Okay, yeah, thank you."
Right. Awesome. So your story touched me, and I definitely appreciate you for sharing that with everyone. The transparency is always appreciated. Um, Tell us, you know, who inspired you to actually want to be in the music industry?
Going back as far as I can remember, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Nas, Jadakiss, and later on in the years, Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, artists like that.
Okay, that's awesome. But I know that your platform is elevated, and Picasso V is very well known from the research that I've done. And tell us a little bit about your performances. Who you've opened up for, and what we can expect from you.
Just to name a few, I've opened up for Moneybag Yo, Lil Baby. I got a show coming up in Texas, Dallas, Texas, the 29th. I open up for Paul Wall.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
and just, what I'm saying, just I want to give the crowd, what I'm saying, the hype, what I'm saying. I want to interact with the fans. I want to interact with the crowd, what I'm saying. So just
Right.
know, my performance is going to be top notch lit. You know what I'm saying? I make sure I interact with the crowd and, what I'm saying, have fun with the people, what I'm saying? Because it's all about the fans. So,
Okay. All right. So look, you covered one of my questions, so we don't even need to even pose that one. So look, I love that. Um, so you gave us the story behind, who Picasso V is. He rose from Vendetta, and this is Picasso V now. From his pain to his now, and elevating it through his music. Um, did you have any family that were musically inclined, or anyone that traveled the artistic part in your family specifically?
um, not so much so. Everybody was sports or either in the streets. But actually, my mother used to sing back in her time, and she had a chance to do a couple of things, but her father, my grandfather, was very strict with her, so he didn't let her really chase her dreams. Like,
Okay. All right. So awesome. I love that. So do you write all of your own music?
yes, ma'am, I do.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about your creative process and what that's like.
Uh, Really, most of the time, I just go off of feeling what I'm feeling at the moment, or I might want to do a record with something that I've personally been through, or something that I've seen somebody with their experiences. So most of my lyrics are real life. You know what I'm saying, like things that have happened or things that have seen happen, and you know what I'm saying. Most of it is something that a lot of people can relate to. So I just like to give the fans realness.
Okay, that is awesome. I mean, and that's definitely a great thing. Just get the fans all, you know, intertwined, interacting. That's amazing. Um, so tell us what your typical day looks like in the life of Picasso V.
I'm, I'm sorry you broke up for a second.
I'm sorry. What does Picasso V's typical day look like?
From the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, it's music, music, music. Whether it's doing an interview or writing a song, or maybe doing a club performance, or what I'm saying, a club appearance, a photo shoot. So from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, it's straight grind and straight work.
Right, awesome. Oh, I love that. So you're driven, your music definitely pushes you to want to elevate even further. So I appreciate that. Um, what would you say um, a description of your fans would be? How would you describe your typical fan?
As far as what?
Your fan base. What? How would you describe your fans?
Oh, versatile. I have fans from all over. Lately we've been getting a lot of attention from overseas. Europe, Germany, London. So you know what I'm saying, for me to have fans out there, like it really like sets in, like, whoa, like you know what I'm saying, like people out of this country actually listen to my music and actually what I'm saying, are a fan. So it's just a true blessing.
Okay, that's awesome as well. So, you know, if you had the opportunity to um, give a message to your fan base, what would that message be?
Just that I appreciate all the love, through all the thick and thin, especially, what I'm saying, the fans that I've had from day one that have carried on with me from Vendetta to Picasso. Just thank you. And, what I'm saying, even all my new fans, everybody, just thank you, what I'm saying, for really taking the time out to listen to my music. I appreciate every last one of you. I love every last one of you. And thank you.
Okay. Well, you are most welcome because I've listened to some stuff and I'm a new fan, so you're quite welcome. uh, would you say that your style of music evolved since the beginning of your career? And if so, why? Depending on your answer, why?
Oh, definitely. Just for the simple fact that I've grown in more ways than one. I made a lot of mistakes and learned from them. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of good and bad decisions. So all in all, what I'm saying, it's just all about growth and just learning from your mistakes, and just knowing what to do better next time.
Right, absolutely. So you definitely learned a lot throughout your career path and very poised in your answers, and I definitely love that. Um, we know that in this industry, we see a lot of people come and go, and some get caught up in the hype of things, or some get lost in the industry. Um, what do you feel that could be better in the music industry to help up and coming artists to actually survive? What's missing or what is needed?
Man, that's hard. I really, what I'm saying, I really couldn't tell what's missing, because I can't really speak for everybody else. Everybody has their own path and their own grind and their own vision of doing things. So me, I just try to stay focused. First and foremost, I make, what I'm saying, stay confident. Like, what I'm saying, you got to believe in yourself first and foremost. You got to be consistent, and, just put in the work and the time,
Okay. So do you think so, going back to that question, and I know you said everybody's path is different, and absolutely so. Would you say that, you know, would you say that I'm sorry, that was Dr. Dawn jumping in. Would you say that the industry itself, as far as artist development, that's something that should be reincorporated because a lot of people don't even have that instilled anymore in their management plan when it comes to the artist. So do you think that is something that is absolutely necessary?
Oh, definitely, because first and foremost, anybody can make a song, but it's what you put behind it. A lot of people spend money going to the studio, money making the video, the girls, the iced out chains, the cars, the this and that, and then they just, post it and expect it to do something by itself. No, you got to have a team. It's all about marketing and promo. That's real heavy with music, so you
Right.
got to make sure that you market yourself first and foremost and market your music and promote your music the best way you can.
Very true. Okay, so that is great. Great answer. And I like the fact that you agree that artist development is necessary because that's something that I strongly believe in.
That's
So, how would you describe your music?
versatile. uh I don't really try to come one way. A lot of my music, I got music with Afrobeat, I got music with R&B beats, rap. I got a song with Sizzla. So
Awesome.
that's very versatile. So I try to hit all avenues, because I think, if you keep going with the same stuff, what I'm saying, for some people it works, but I feel like the
Right.
same thing, it might die out. So, you might want to be a little versatile to gain a bigger fan base, especially because if you like hit this genre and that genre, it's a way bigger,
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely. A little diversity always helps. So I'm glad that you're open to that. So this shows that, there's future collaborations on different levels, in all genres. As you stated, you're open to that. So that's amazing. So circling back to that, when you said that your music is versatile, meaning that, you know, you connect with pretty much everyone. Would you agree then that it is very important to learn, study, and understand the old music and music history? And if so, why? Why do you believe that?
oh, definitely. Because first and foremost, we definitely have to pay homage and thank the people that started this and paved the way for us. Because otherwise, we would not be here today. So I think that's the first thing that has to go out. But also, just just to be able to be a part of the culture, and what I'm saying, just to give back, and what I'm saying, to do this for the people is just a true blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because you really gotta know your history. You know what I'm saying? As far as like where it's come from and how hip hop has grown. So
Very true.
what I'm saying? For me, what I'm saying, for me to be a part of it, it's, what I'm saying, it's just a true blessing. And I'm just definitely psyched about the opportunity. So,
Okay. So what is your main inspiration? And why would you say that it is your main inspiration?
God, because without him, I wouldn't be here. Without him, I never would have made it. And I wouldn't be where I am now without him, first and foremost, God.
Wow. Awesome. I love this, everything about you. So, um, what do you enjoy most about being an artist?
I would have to say just to be free free to express myself, and not only that, but free to express myself to the fans, because there might be somebody out there that's going through the same thing I'm going through, and they can relate.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if I can help somebody, or what I'm saying, or if I could save a life or help somebody, it's definitely a true blessing. So
Mm, awesome. So, digging in a little bit, tell us about your best performance. What was one of the best performances that you have ever had?
my best performance would be my next performance, because
Ooh, I
know,
like that.
uh, but yeah, I really not, what I'm saying, I really don't try to think about that. I really just try to think about, okay, yeah, I did this, whether it was good or not. What can I do better? You know what I'm saying? What can I do better next time? And once I do something, I'm always asking, okay, what's next? What's next? 'Cause I'm just a busy bee when it comes to that, you know. So I try not to think about stuff like that because I feel like it gets you sidetracked on what you really should be focused on. So I just try to stay focused.
Okay. All right. And since you take every stride in a learning experience, you would say then, so that opportunity, you utilize it as a learning experience and you move forward and apply it to the next scenario. So that's great. um so tell me then, and I know you expressed a little bit about that earlier. What would you do if the audience looked bored during your performance?
For one, that would be a buzzkill off top. But you know, definitely that's a spot that a lot of artists, you know, would be stuck in. You know what I'm saying? Me, I, you know what I'm saying? I can't really say how I would react. I would definitely try to stay engaged with the fans though. But I don't think I should ever have to worry about that because I never have. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure I'm a live body. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get a dead corpse. You know when I'm performing for you. I'm gonna
Right.
live. I'm gonna make sure I'm interacting with the fans. You know, so
Right. Awesome. I love these answers. So, um, with that, everyone has been overwhelmed, or with this whole pandemic situation, and I know it's been extended and prolonged, and we're not knowing whether we're going up or down or sideways or backward, whatever. So with that, how did you and your family cope during that time? And with your music, how did you balance everything?
oh man, just really the best way we could. You know what I'm saying. You can only work with what you get, and you know what I'm saying. Try to make some extra resources on top of that. But we just did the best we could. To try to stay safe. You know what I'm saying. To try to have a mask. And, wash your hands, hand sanitizer. As far as music though, I think speaking for a lot of artists, it really cut back, especially on like the shows and you know what I'm saying the touring. It cut a lot
Yes.
of people to be able to do shows, and then fans not being able to get to see their favorite performer, and what I'm saying. So it really took a hit, but I'm glad that stuff started kicking back up. A lot of places are open. A lot of artists been rocking out, so I just can't wait to get my shot.
Right. Well, I see it coming. You already did some amazing collaborations, open up
Thank you.
for some amazing people. So I see that in your near very future. So absolutely so. Um, so with that, I would ask this question then. Hmm, Let me see how I want to pose it. What skills then do you believe, are the most useful in the music industry?
First and foremost, you gotta have tough skin. You gotta have tough skin for this business and this industry because it's just cutthroat. So you really gotta have tough skin, and you really gotta be open minded. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, I don't know it all. Back in the day, I was like, oh yeah, you can't tell me nothing. I know it all. But growing up and learning from my experiences, I'm like, to be open minded and to be willing to try new things and do other things. Is always a plus.
Right. Very true. Um, so we know that you opened up for some amazing people. Um, when was the last time you performed in front of a large audience?
A large audience would have to be the Moneybag Yo Little Baby, and that last year, November.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So, anything that you could share with us that's coming up very soon that will be a large scale of people as well?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I opened up for Paul Wall the 29th. I also have a project coming out called Sacrificial Lamb. It's an EP. You know what I'm saying? So definitely stay tuned for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So you know, we've gotten some of the collaborations that you're working on, and you've done some amazing things. What would you say, you know, is the most useful talent that you have? if any?
Useful talent. First and foremost, music. Sports. Um, those are my main talents. But what I'm saying, I also have a good talent on just I'm saying being a good person. What I'm saying, just being humane and having a good heart, and what I'm saying, just trying to help people. What I'm
Mhm.
saying, because a lot of things that I didn't get, what I'm saying, I'm just trying to give back to the people and give back to my family and my loved ones and everybody that stuck by me. And you know,
Okay, I love that. I posed that question because, of course, we know that you're talented as far as you being a hip hop artist. But I've posed that question before, and somebody was just like, "Oh, my sports, I play basketball." So then you're like, "Oh, so this is a whole other side to you." So you have like, a plethora of things that we need to get more information on. So I appreciate you sharing that because you did say that you started out in sports, and of course, due to circumstances, you didn't make it. But guess what? You had something else to fall back on, and that's why I posed that question, because people can actually see that, you know, even though one thing didn't work out or one avenue did not work for you,
right.
you always have a backup plan. There's a plan B and a plan C. So I appreciate you, elaborating on that for us. Um, so with that, I want to know, um, who would be your ideal person to do a collaboration with? He's like, I have so many.
Oh man, I do. But just to name a few, Lil Wayne, Eminem, Drake,
Yes,
uh,
Meth is my guy.
Lil Baby, the Baby. Um, but what I'm saying, just to be able to be blessed and be in that situation to do a collaboration with any main artist is just a true blessing. So
Right.
for me to get that opportunity, I'm just psyched about it. So
Good. That, yeah, I'd be psyched too, especially Meth. I'm like, hey, but um, so if it wasn't for your music career, what would you be doing right now?
God only knows, probably nothing good. So that's why I definitely really soaked this in, especially when I went to prison and I got to sit down. I'm like, yo, I got a second chance. And because a lot of people are locked up and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna come out a changed person, I'm gonna do better, and they don't. And I was one of those people back then. I did it time and time and time again. But this time it like really sat me down and it woke me up. Because like, yo, this is your last shot. You already messed up the whole sports thing. This is your last shot. You don't have anything else after this. So
And I like that, when I read your bio, you actually had a message for people that can identify with your circumstance. And, just that, just because you failed then don't mean you have to be a failure forever. There's always a way out if you have that will to, put forth the effort and, be the greater you. So I appreciate that. Your bio was, very appealing. So, with your experiences, I want to pose the question then: have you done any speaking engagements, as far as the youths go? Telling your story about your journey, because I think that's something you should look into if you haven't done so already.
no, I haven't, and I've I've definitely thought about it though, and I'm definitely open and willing to do it. But no, I haven't done it yet.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad that it's something that you're thinking about. I think you have an amazing story, and a
Thank you.
lot of people could benefit from that, especially, and we know things happen, globally, but, in Florida, there's a high rate of things occurring, and, especially in the panhandle, there aren't many mentors for the youth, and that's something that I think you could actually develop there and it be very successful. So, yeah, talk to your PR team. That's amazing. Um,
Def-
so tell me, how do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
it has it's changed the game in the sense that back then a lot of artists really had to put in the footwork behind it, you know what I'm saying, to get your music out there. It wasn't just, you know what I'm saying, the click of a button and a million people could see your stuff. You know, back in the day,
Right.
it was, you
Had to
had to
do
put,
the footwork.
right, you had to do footwork. And you know what I'm saying, I think some artists, you know, might not appreciate it as much now, you know, because it's just so easy. So just to think about it back then, you know, which comes back to the question you said, like you got to know your history and pay homage to the people who paved the way,
Right.
because they did it from the ground up. Like they really did the footwork. Now you just go online, Spotify, YouTube,
Exactly.
Instagram. You just one click of a button and you can get a million streams. So
Absolutely. See, and we're so grateful that, we have those that truly appreciate, technology and how advanced it has gotten because, when you remember, you know, even when people used to have to remember the cassettes and having to stop and rewind and then the records and, oh my gosh. It goes back and,
that,
on and on and exactly.
oh man,
Yeah, so you already know. So, then it was the CDs, and now, you don't even need that physically anymore right now. You can stream everything.
right?
So, you know, it's just amazing what you see, um, evolve over the years, and it's truly amazing. So, tell us a little bit about the advice you've been given to help you on this journey.
Um, man, most advice I wouldn't even take back then, but you know, ever since I've been out of prison, I've been trying to take everybody's advice, or at least take mine to it. You know what I'm saying, to try to understand their opinion on, you know, things I might be able to do or things I should do, because you know, back then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna do it my way. You know, like f you. So, but you know, as far as my family, you know, they've been very supportive. You know what I'm saying. They've had a big impact on my music. You know what I'm saying? My team, you know, my manager,
Right.
they've also have been a big impact on my music. So.
That's awesome. So we'll flip a little bit. What advice would you give an up and coming artist?
Never give up. Never give up. Always believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? You might fail one time, you might fail 100 times, but just don't stop. Always believe in yourself. Never give up. Stay consistent. As long as you put the time and the work in and the blood, sweat, and tears, it's gonna pay off in the long run. Trust me.
Great. And then the next one, and I absolutely love this question because it kind of lets you reflect a little bit. If you had the opportunity to sit face to face with the younger you, what would you say to that younger you?
Why? Like, why didn't you listen? You know, why didn't you take
Wow.
the chances that you had? Because you know, I had 100 chances to do the right thing. I've had so many opportunities to get out of situations, and you know, just because the place I was at, physically, mentally, spiritually, you know, it was just a bad place. So that
Right.
I didn't even know I would come out of, and I think that's most of the reason why, you know, I did catch that prison bid, because I feel like it was a sign from God. Like, okay, I'm gonna sit you down one more time, and you know, and see.
Let me get us a picture on you.
Doesn't
I meant
I
to
didn't
do that.
I'm sorry. Okay, and go ahead. I'm still listening. Okay, I just texted him that he tapped the button, but no, that's so amazing, and I appreciate your patience with that little bloop just now. But um, that's a deep conversation with yourself. Why, most people won't even take any accountability, and I love the fact that you're embracing that. And what I want to say to you on a positive note is, you know, I feel you did an amazing job and you turned it around. So then the next question I will pose to you then, do you believe that you had to go through what you went through to be who you are today, from Vendetta to Picasso V?
Most definitely. Because sad to say, I'd probably be doing the same thing or even worse, dead. So just for me to get that second chance and to have an opportunity to change my life, to help my family and the people around me, especially those that have been around through the thick and thin with me, my mother, my father, so for me to have a second chance just to give back to them and take care of my family is just a blessing. So
Right. Okay. And since you mentioned your family and the fans, um, when you are in your creative space and you're writing, do you believe that you write for yourself as the artist, or do you write for your fans?
I think it's a little bit of both. Obviously it's always for the fans, but there might be certain records where you might take a little more personal than others. So I feel
Mhm.
like at times like those, it would be like, okay, this is for the fans, but like this is also for me too because it's personal. So
Right, absolutely. Okay. And I this is like a little teaser, and it's a taboo area, I would say, especially with a lot of things that we're seeing right now in the media. Um, do you think that there's a link between ethics and music?
yeah, in the sense that you know you know what I'm saying, you got to be ethical about things. You know what I'm saying, you got to have work ethic first and foremost. So I think, what I'm saying, with music, it's like, what I'm saying, it's a balance beam. You know what I'm saying, you really got to know how to balance that. Because it could be a tricky for a lot of people. So
Mm, okay. And if you could change about the industry, what would it be?
nothing, because I feel like just how it's grown and the things that have happened and the people that have impacted the game, like it wouldn't be what it is today. So for me to go out of my way to change the culture of the game was wrong. So I wouldn't change nothing about it because it won't be what it is today. Both good and bad, because a lot of things you got to take the good with the bad. Nothing will ever be perfect. So I just appreciate how far it's come and where it's at now, and that I'm able to be a part of it. So
Mm. Well, that's awesome. I love your viewpoints, and your story is absolutely amazing. I want to share it with everyone, and you're so humble with everything also, and just being open, transparent with everything. I appreciate it, and thank you very much
thank
for that. So at this time, what I would like for you to do is let our audience know where they can follow Picasso V on all platforms, and where they can find your music.
Yes, ma'am. I'm on Instagram at Picasso, the O being a zero underscore V. I'm on Facebook at Picasso V. You can stream me on all major streaming platforms. The single out now is "Do My Thing." You guys can check that out. Go stream that, run it up. The videos on YouTube. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys for having me, and I appreciate for all my fans and everybody that's been tuned in with me and just showing me love. I appreciate it. Shout out Double Exposure,
Absolutely.
Angelo, shout out Kevin, shout out my manager Drew, my family, and just all the fans. Thank you, and thank you
Yes.
guys for
Oh,
having me.
absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Angelo Ellaby. He is the PR guru of all gurus, let me tell you.
He
He's an
is.
amazing person. I absolutely love him. So
He
you
is.
are
I'm
in great
glad
hands.
for the opportunity to be able to work with him. So you know what I'm saying. I really just thank you guys. You know what I'm saying. Thank you.
Oh yes, absolutely. He's done some amazing things and had done so much. He graced our platform also last year during the pandemic, and of course, he has opened doors to many other things. So we always pay homage back to the people that created and paved the way for us, as you stated in your answer earlier. So I appreciate you just being so open and showing your appreciation for everything, because you never know who you are speaking to, or what's next and what doors they can actually open for you. And with that, I would like to say thank you so much for coming onto our platform and sharing your amazing story. You did a phenomenal job. And again, shout out to Angelo and your entire team, because, hey, without them,
That is
most of
possible.
this stuff would not be possible. And, shout out to your family for being true supporters as well, because you mentioned them earlier. So I can't wait to tap all the way in to Picasso with the O and underscore V. Okay, I already checked it out and I'm loving it. Make sure you stay tuned and check out music. The music is hot. I love it, and I believe that it's marketable to a wide range of audience. So check it out. You won't be disappointed. And until next time, this is your host, Michelle Diamond, and the remarkable Picasso V. I believe he will do amazing mentoring youth, and I can't wait to see you embark on that journey. I'm here for it. Stay tuned. Until the next segment, this is Michelle Diamond, Picasso V with House Call. Bye.